Every photographer has this thing where your pictures turn out boring. Even if you're in a spot where everything looks beautiful, your pictures don't convey that. So I'm going to give you a whole bunch of tips. And the first is the most important: to find a subject. Ask yourself, what is the subject? If you look at a photo and you can't clearly identify the subject, then you've probably failed as a photographer. I'll start with this busy spot here. Like, it's interesting, but if I just take some random picture, that's a boring photo. It doesn't convey anything. There's no clear subject to it. I'm going to listen to my internal monologue, my feelings, and ask myself, what is it that I find interesting about this location? That little spark as I look around for things that might be compelling. And then I'm just going to take pictures of it, and we'll see how they turn out. One of the things I like is just the line of bikes here. So I'm going to try to find an angle where that's interesting. I'm going to use repetition to fill the frame, clipping the edges, and show just this row of bikes. Is that an amazing photo? No, but it is more interesting than the original photo. I also waited for a cyclist to come through. That's my second tip. If you find a good spot, sit there and wait. Wait 1 minute, wait 10 minutes, wait 4 hours. Something is going to pass through. If it's a landscape, some birds will fly through the scene, or a duck will swim through the water, or if it's a street, somebody is going to walk through. Something interesting will happen. You can also show the motion of that thing moving through the frame by using a long exposure. Most modern cameras have some stabilization built in, so you don't need to do any prep or get an ND filter or get a tripod. Just put your camera into shutter priority mode and use a lower shutter speed. For walking people, 1/5, 1/4 of a second, that's usually plenty. That's enough to show cars as blurs. As I'm walking, I'm just looking for little things that catch my eye, little bits of graffiti, little stickers. I'm also looking for color combinations that come out to me, like the pink and green banner over here. Sometimes it's the blue sky against a yellow building. Complementary colors like that can be a subject in and of themselves. You can zoom in tight and crop out everything that's not part of that subject, because it's okay if the subject is just geometry, some lines, some colors. That's often how you make a boring place interesting. This street's so cool, but my standard picture is completely boring. But let's see if we can make it better. Something about these colors is calling to me, and I think it's the yellow and the blue and the teal and the red brick. So I'm just going to try to find a way to make just that the subject, to make the composition so simple that it's clearly just about color. I'm loving this blue and yellow, so I'm going to see if I can isolate that with a telephoto lens. One of the qualities of the street that I like is that it feels rustic, it feels a little worn down, but that doesn't in itself make a good picture in that wide angle shot. Once I've identified that quality, I try to seek out things that really emphasize that. Like, I love this rusty banner here over this building, so maybe I can isolate that. What if you can't find a subject? Bring your own, add a subject. Sometimes there's a beautiful scene and I just take a photo with my phone and remember it as a great portrait spot. Bring a friend, a child, a family member, and take a portrait of them in that cool spot that you found. Because sometimes a spot is cool, but it's really just a good background. So bring your own subject and you can see the pictures become instantly more interesting. As I'm going through life, I'm finding places that I find cool, but I can't quite capture it. I will snap a picture with my phone because my phone GPS tags it. It knows where it is. And then I save that photo to a special album called Photo Locations. I can go back and scroll through that later when the conditions are a little bit more interesting, because sometimes a boring spot will be interesting when the conditions change. You just need to wait for the sun to set, or for it to rain, or for it to snow, or for there to be some fog. All those things can make a boring location way more interesting. So just revisit the same spot in different conditions. Let's keep walking. Here's another spot where I feel like it's pretty, but my pictures just aren't really turning out. So I'm asking myself, like, what's cool about this spot? What is it my mind is locking into? And I think it's like the rustic nature of it. And if I look closely at the details here, we've got the paint peeling off this concrete. We've got this old sort of rotted out vine thing here, and this iron railing. And what I need to do is to find the simplest possible composition that uses that as a subject. So I'm going to change my camera height too. That's a good tip. Like, use the tilting screen on your camera if you don't have good legs and get it down low, or just crouch, but also hold the camera over your head. Sometimes you just need to change the camera height. I'm always looking for something I can shoot through. If I can find an interesting subject and partially cover it in leaves and bokeh, or find something that frames it, like this little vine here, I can shoot right through here, and maybe it's not the best picture in the world, but it's definitely more interesting. When you figure out what your subject is, you want to make sure you convey that visually, because it's real easy for your subject to get lost. A few different ways to do that. One is lighting and contrast. Have your foreground subject brightly lit and the background dark. If natural light isn't doing that for you, you could add a little bit of flash to add some foreground light. Another way to do it is through bokeh. Use a fast prime lens, like a 50 f1.8, and use that to blur the background, and that creates subject separation. If you use a telephoto lens, you can zoom in. That hides more of the background and also creates more bokeh, helping to accentuate that. Color contrast can also separate your foreground subject from the background subject. You can rotate around a subject until the background is far away, simple, darker, and a contrasting color, and that can make your subject pop and make it clear to your viewers what you were taking a picture of. The biggest mistakes I see beginning photographers make is they overthink stuff. They get way too into like camera settings, and then they end up screwing a whole set. If you're feeling like that, just put your camera in auto. No shame in that. Also, people overthink the composition. They get into like the golden ratio and the rule of thirds, and they always want to align everything. Like, especially if you're publishing it on social media, Instagram or something, usually the best composition is just to fill the frame with your subject, leave a little bit of negative space around them, and make sure you frame out any distractions. Don't get too complicated with it. The most important thing in your photo is your subject. So, as they say, K.I.S.S, K-I-S-S, keep it simple, stupid, don't overdo it, just find a good subject and take a close picture of that. A couple final tips. I love to look for reflections, especially after a rainy day when there's puddles of water. That can make a boring subject interesting. And you can do a lot with post-processing, like apply different filters that match the mood and style of the subject that you're photographing. That can make the subject pop more. I have one final tip. But first I want to say, if you're in New York City, check out this page and see the workshops. I'm doing in-person workshops where one-on-one, I'll give you training and get your photography up to speed much faster than we can do with YouTube videos. My last tip is just to give up. Sometimes the spot you're in isn't going to photograph well, because we can enjoy a spot. We can find a spot beautiful for so many more reasons than our camera can capture, like your feelings. Your camera can't capture all the things that make a spot beautiful. Your camera only sees, and it only sees in 2 dimensions, and it only sees one slice of time. If you're with loved ones and that's making it a wonderful experience for you, your camera can't necessarily capture that. If there's beautiful aroma, or if the sound of the waves crashing against the beach make it beautiful, or if you just, there's a crispness in the air that makes you happy, your camera's not going to see that. Sometimes it's okay to just put the camera down and enjoy the moment, and remember all the senses that you feel that your camera can't. Don't hold that against yourself. You did your best if you watched this video. In the comments down below, I'd love to hear your tips for making a beautiful picture out of a boring spot. And don't forget to check out my book, Stunning Digital Photography, which has all the fundamentals of photography.